Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about the pooling of CPF life interest, and it's a very abstract concept. Many people, first of all, don't even understand what is it. Second is those people have the misconception that pooling of interest is a bad thing. Second is that they also thought that all interests are lost, and it really it's a big misconception. And I want to talk about it because it affects everybody's retirement life. Everybody's retirement life. So you better listen. So I've done quite a lot of CPF life education, and it is to my experience that no more than 5% of Singaporeans understands how CPF life works, the mechanism of it, and a lot of them choose the wrong plans or have the wrong misconception. As a result, many of them have actually financial suboptimal outcomes because of it. I will just address for today the concept of interest pooling. Now, this is quite important because it's going to affect many Singaporeans. In fact, it affects all Singaporeans. And the earlier you find about this, how to deal with it, the better you yield a better outcome for your retirement. So this concept is important is because there are a lot of people who says that if I choose CPF Life, whatever plans I choose, I lose all my interests. Okay, first of all, that is completely not true. And a lot of them say that, my interest is being pooled. That means put into a pool and share with everybody except myself. So a lot of your money is lost. That's again not true. And these are huge misconceptions. The statements are oversimplified and misleading. And today I want to deal with this so that you will not have the wrong perception. So in order for me to first to understand what happens at 55 years old. So in Singapore, for a CPF member at 55 years old, your special account closed down and a retirement account is set up to your full retirement sum of $220,000 is transferred from your special account to your retirement account. And if you don't have enough money into your in your special account to transfer to retirement account, the government will try to take some money from your ordinary account to fill it up to full in your retirement account. The key is to hit the full retirement sum of $220,000 as of this year. And if you have excesses in your special account above the full retirement sum, you will go to ordinary account. Now, when the money goes into the retirement account, it will continue to compound at 4% interest, and there are excesses up to 6% interest for the first $60,000 or so. So it is a very nice interest, and it compounds powerfully, okay, from 55 years old all the way to 65, 70 years old. And I would not cover this, but there is extra kung fu that you can do to enhance your CPF life payout, all the way to some phenomenal $7,000-8,000, but that's a separate topic altogether. So now from 55 to 65, the compounding goes, and it is important for us to realize that 3 months before your 65 birthday, the government will give you a letter and say that, Mr. Tan, Miss Lee, do you wish to withdraw your CPF life, And if you say yes, in 3 months' time, your CPF life is made available to you, and how much you get depends on your CPF life plans that you choose. But if you choose to defer it, you get up to 7% pay rise for every year you defer it. And this is a powerful retirement income for all Singaporeans, and we better take a keen interest. What is it about? Now, you've got 3 plans to choose from. They are basic plan, standard plan, escalating plan, and whether the CPF interest is pooled or not pooled, good or not good, really depends on yourself and the plans that you choose. First of all, I just need to say this, there is no such thing as a best plan because it really depends on individual, your life expectancy, and your financial background and things like that. But I'll walk through with you some of these philosophies. So let me just talk about risk pooling. So the idea of risk pooling is really about putting a sum of money together so that people who live long life, they get the income as long as they live, And people who lead short life, you get unfortunately your interest of your pool goes to those who live long life. So really, CPF Life works like in insurance, is risk pooling. So the interest is the one that is pooled to enable those members who are live long life to have lifelong income. So frankly speaking, depends on which plan you choose. Those people who pass away earlier will have unused interest left behind, and those who will live longer will benefit from the pool. This is longevity insurance. This is not a penalty. Okay. Now, does this mean that if I have a short life, therefore I will always have short change? No, it really depends on the CPF life plans that you choose. First and foremost, I will talk very briefly on escalating plan and why I don't like it. Okay, the escalating plan starts low but gradually increase by 2% a year to help you manage the inflation of every year. And for those people who know that they'll live long life, okay, and want inflation protection, this is a great plan in a sense. And you probably should have other forms of income to help you because it starts low. In fact, it's the lowest compared to all plans. And this plan is, in my opinion, a plan that I don't like because it gives me the lowest income at the best years of my retirement life. In my best years of retirement life is defined as the earliest years of my retirement life. I'm still fit, I'm still healthy. I want lots of income to fulfill my retirement goals. But unfortunately, it gives me the lowest payout. Yes, it increases and pay out high, but I don't like it because by the time I reach 90, 100 years old, if I can live till there, it give me high income for what? I don't need that kind of money at that kind of age. I can't even get out of my bed and things like that. So this plan on paper looks good, but in practice, I don't like it. Let's talk about the standard plan. And the standard plan, upon activation of your CPF Life at 65, 70 years old, all your retirement account savings will go into the pool in entire sum used to buy a CPF Life premium. And as a result, the payout, okay, that you get will last you for the rest of life. And let me just say this categorically clear. Among all three plans, standard plan give you the highest payout for life. Highest payout for life. In exchange, you don't have that much of a bequest that you can pass to your next generation if you pass away earlier. But it has the strongest longevity protection, the highest income. So in that sense, you exchange CPF interest payment that goes to the pool and a lower bequest. In exchange for giving away these two, you get a high payout. So in that sense, your interest is not really loss because you get a high payout every month. And let me talk about the basic plan in a breath. In the basic plan, at 65, 70 years old, when you activate your CPF Life, only 10 to 20% of your retirement account goes into the pool. And that is in essence go into the pool, and the interest that is earned from this 10 to 20% of retirement account is not attributed to you directly. 80 to 90% of your retirement income still stays with you. And as a result, the interest gains from this 80 to 90% of your retirement account stays with you. So you have completely no loss, okay, on this part of the interest. So in that sense, choosing basic plan is the best if you want to see interest stays there. Now, the basic plan has a few other good things. Number one is that they give you the highest bequest among all plans, and it gives you visibility to your to your retirement account as well. You can see go up because of interest. You can see coming down because you withdraw from it. And this part is very elegant, and you can also use the retirement account for property payout if you have an emergency use of money in your later years. But all these have one big trade-off. It has up to 9% pay cut compared to the standard plan. 9% pay cut. So if the standard plan gives you $2,000, if you choose a basic plan, you will cut by 9%. Okay, 9%. So it's a trade-off. So it doesn't mean that the interest stays with you is the best. So in exchange for the interest that goes to the pool, the standard plan gives you a high payout. So we got to look at everything in totality and don't just micro nitpick at the loss of interest. So in a nutshell, comparing the standard plan and the basic plan, both have its own merits. The standard plan, the interest on the premium is pooled. In exchange, you get a high payout. The basic plan, the majority of the interest stays with you, but you get a low payout. So are you really losing interest or converting it into a higher guaranteed payout? So that's the right framing. So stop having this misconception that interest is lost, interest is lost. It doesn't mean that interest is yours is better. It doesn't mean that interest is lost is bad. Okay? So just talk about this 9% reality. If you have a $2,200 standard plan, the standard plan will give you the highest payout among all plans at the start. Then if you choose the basic plan, you get about $2,000. So is that what you want, right? Is that what you want? Some people like it, some people don't. Now, let me share with you my approach. And I've shared with everybody before many times. My approach is a practical approach. How I'll do is this. I will start with the basic plan. At 70 years old or 65 years old, that's not the point today. And let me appreciate and understand the system better from a practitioner point of view. So far, my knowledge are all based on theory, but I experience it from a practitioner point of view, a recipient of CPF Life. And why do I do it? Because if I choose a basic plan, I can switch over the standard plan or escalating plan anytime I want. But if I choose a standard plan or escalating plan, I cannot switch to a basic plan. So I'll choose the basic plan, observe for 6 months to a year, see how the payout works and things like that, and see how the income work and things like that, and take a look at whether it matters to me some of the shortcomings of standard plan, shortcomings of basic plan or not. And then I'll decide whether to switch or not to switch to a standard plan. Most likely, I will switch to a standard plan for a few reasons. Number one, I value the highest payout possible. I want high income. And to me, legacy planning is not important because I don't believe in giving my children too much money because they should stand on their own feet and want the highest income for myself. And I just want a high income at the best years of my life. So this is my approach. I'm going to take it. It's up to you to decide. Let me say again, people who benefit from CPF Life are people, okay, who understands the CPF life system really well and optimize to their own life preference, longevity, and beliefs. Let me repeat again. Interest pooling is not evil. It's not bad. It's not a penalty. It's not a tax. It's not a loss, money loss. Interest pooling enables you to have lifelong income beyond your capital. It protects you against outliving your savings, and it is a powerful source of income to the day you die. So it is something that we should take advantage of by understanding it really well and deploying it to our advantage. So let me just say this, that there is no such thing as a perfect CPF life plan. There's only trade-off according to your belief. Some of you are very nice to your children. You want to give them a lot of bequests whatsoever. Maybe you want to consider basic plan. People like me who are a bit more heartless, okay, want the kid to stand on their own, and I want the best years of my life to have the highest income, I choose standard plan, okay, and so on. I have a long life expectation. I believe I could live to 90, 100 years old. So therefore, standard plan will serve me really well. And some of you may not have that good health for whatever reason, then you may want to consider the basic plan because that pays out the highest bequest. So I'll try to address the concern of bequest. The concern of bequest, exactly how much are you being paid If you pass away early, how much are you able to enjoy if you live long? I'll try to address it in a live stream either tonight or tomorrow. Now, taking a step back, I just need to say this. Again and again, I've seen so many Singaporeans, at least 95% of Singaporeans, do not have even a cursory, a superficial understanding of CPF Life. And that's a real issue because your CPF Life is going to pay you retirement income from 65, 70 years old all the way till you die. It will be your primary source of retirement income for most of us. If it is so important, do you think you should try to understand it even more? Okay. And I tell my coursemate many times that if you structure it very well, you can earn up to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12,000, $15,000, $20,000 retirement income. And that's something that you all might want to consider joining. But however, regardless of what it is, take advantage of the CPF Life really very well. Don't have misconception about the CPF interest being pulled is a bad thing. It is something that can work to your favor if you know how to optimize it. Okay? So with this, thank you. Your retirement is your decision. How you exploit the CPF system to advantage require you to start as early as possible and not wait until it's too late. So quickly optimize your CPF structure right now, your savings and so on, so that you can have the best retirement life financially ever. Thank you, and I'll see you in my live stream.